I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text actually from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From, you know, the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service. But at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things. Back in the day, he's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And there gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back to the show. It is week 9 at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. We are at Lucas Oil Speedway on this Veterans Day weekend. As always, at Got Your Six Racing Network, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, which is 22 too many. So throughout the night, you'll see us play promo videos every week by organizations out there doing great things for veterans. If you ever have the chance and the means, please donate. If not, you know a veteran, you haven't heard from them in a while, man, check on them, let them know, show them some love. You never know what state of mind that individual might be in. So welcome back to the stream. Those of you that have been here before, thanks for coming back. Those of you that are new, welcome aboard. We do things a little bit different. We'll be talking to the drivers from the broadcast booth throughout the night. Matter of fact, it is time for a drivers meeting. So we will get the show kicked off here. All drivers, clear the track. All drivers, clear the track, please. We got a big field tonight. All drivers, clear the track. All drivers, clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to week 9 at Lucas Oil. It's been a really good week so far in racing. We've been racing on this track at Coast to Coast Racing League. We do have a few new drivers in the field. To those folks, welcome aboard. We got a few rules we'll go over before we get underway. If you finish on a podium and you do not stay for your interview in our Discord, or you don't show up for the photo for that podium finish, you will receive an EOL next week. If you bring out 2 cautions in any one race, could be a heat or the feature, you will be DQ'd from that division for that night. Intentional contact is never acceptable. If it's determined that it was intentional contact, you're going to receive a vacation of sorts. The length depends on the severity of the contact. Call-outs on Discord or anywhere else are totally not acceptable, not the place for that. So please, we ask that you cool down before you message another driver or call-outs on the mic. If call-outs are deemed excessive, once again, you may be suspended from the league. Excessive blinking. First time your car is blinking, you will be given a warning. Second time, EOL. Third time, you will be asked to park it for the night. This is Veterans Day weekend, so all the veterans out there tonight that are in the field, thank you very much for your service to our country. Greatly appreciated. That's all we have for tonight. We're getting ready to advance. Any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. None heard. We're going to advance to qualifying. I wish you the best of luck. We do have a super full field, so not everybody heading to the feature tonight. So good luck, race hard, and race clean. So we do have a big field. We got 27 cars in the field tonight. Some of the best drivers on the iRacing service with us tonight. Only room for 24 in the feature. So tonight, some drivers will be heading home in this week 9. We will follow along as soon as the drivers come out on the track. Looks like Isaac Salas, the Venom Racing number 5 car, out on track. Driver out of North Dakota. Works out in the oil fields. Actually sent me a really cool video of himself this past week on what he does out in the oil field. So pretty cool stuff. Thank you for that, Isaac. Coming to us by way of Venom Racing. Charlie Weaver, brand new, another Venom Racing driver in the 77, currently third quick with a 15.401. Cale Smith, the CTM driver, to the top of the board, 15.282. Mark Gilbert in the 76, currently 6th quick. Dean Reynolds, the director of the Super Dirt Car Series, with us in the 79. He's 12th quick, 15.493. James Ingram, the father of the Ingram boys. All 3 are in the field tonight, I believe. Driver out of Georgia, 15.651, 21st quick. Anthony Marvulio, the Mass Mafia driver, out of the Boston area in that 238, out on track. Previous sprint car champion, 15.663, 19th quick. Jason Hines just wrapped up. Samuel Bachman in the James Bond 007 car, out on track, currently 13th quick. Michael Carter now to the top of the board. The rest of the field did not need to see that. Brian Lawson from Magnum Race Designs is with us with 12th quick with a 15.450. Anthony Marvulio getting some extra laps. Jordan LaFond, the driver out of Indiana, in the 11 machine. Matter of fact, we need to pull up the points here real quick. Let me get that out of the way. My apologies. See if we can get the points for you here real quick. I know Jordan LaFond is up there in points. Michael Carter, Grant Wesley, Randy Shreves, Joseph Grandy, Chris Cox, your top 5. Jordan LaFond wraps up 5th quick. Carter and Smith have been at the front of the field for most of the season. The CTM crew have been putting on quite a show. Isaac Salas, Venom Racing driver in the 5 machine. He showed up kind of late here, but he is a force to be reckoned with. So Carter, Smith, Salas, your top 3. Randall Dixon, Jordan LaFond. We're getting ready to go heat racing here. So bear with me. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Randall Dixon on the front row. Chris Cox, Brian Dickens in row 2. Brian Lawson, Randy Shreves in 3. Dean Reynolds, Anthony Marvulio in row number 4. And Jason Hines rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to week 9, heat 1. Leader, need you to stay 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You're going to have 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading directly to the feature. Everyone else will go to a B main, I would assume. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. So the 5:15 of Chris Cox on the inside of row number 2, driver out of Des Moines, Iowa. He is last year's points champion in the 5:15. He's got my teammate to his outside. That's Brian Dickens out of North Carolina, the Dirt Track Bank number 122. Brian has not been with us a whole lot this year. Been super busy at work. Does some HVAC stuff back east. Brian Lawson, Navy member. He was actually stationed out here in California in that 9 car. But it's Michael Carter that will bring us to the green flag. Pace truck has exited. Looks like the 111 there trying to get a little bit of a head start over Michael Carter. Coming off of turn 4, looking for the green flag.
Green, green, green.
We are underway at Lucas Oil for week number 9. All these drivers trying to punch their ticket to the week 13 $500 dash for cash. You must be a feature winner, must have participated in at least 6 weeks of the season. Looks like the 15 up front. We're 2x2 in the back. That is Brian Dickens into 122. Dean Reynolds dives it down in.
Yellow flag is out.
The 79 to the inside, no caution. Jason Hines, the 66. There is the caution, actually. We will take a quick look there. Your replays tonight brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. I'd like to thank them for all that they do for my team and Friday Night Lights. Greatly appreciated. Good folks at the Dirt Track Bank. Check them out. Their specialty is financing big race haulers back east. They sponsor a bunch of late model divisions back in Iowa and Missouri. So Jay Burdick, the CEO and president, super good guy. So if you want to be part of something cool, check out the Dirt Track Bank. Looks like Dean Reynolds just got in there. We'll have to work on our audio as I cannot hear the spotter. So Windows Update gets us once again. All right, leaders, orange tire at the exit of turn 4. That is your go point. Any time between there and the drop of the green flag. Everybody else, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Restart, as you heard, is on the leader. So Michael Carter holds on to the lead. Chris Cox, that is last year's champion, to his outside. Watch that 9 car, Brian Lawson, the Magnum Race Designs Venom Racing driver in the number 9. On the outside of road number 2. Got 3 of 8 laps down, getting ready to go back green. It is the 15 of Carter coming off of turn 4. Good start by Chris Cox. Chris Cox did not let the 15 get far. Chris Cox over-rotates a little bit. He will hold on to P2. Randall Dixon in P3. Brian Lawson battling it out with Randall Dixon. It is Randy Shreves in that 56 car. He is currently on the bubble, the last car outside of an automatic invitation to your 25-lap feature. Brian Dickens battling it out with Jason Hines in that 66. Little bit of contact. Anthony Marjulio slides into that gap. Lap 5 of 8. Let's take a look. We'll go on board with Brian Lawson in the 9 machine. You can hear him working the throttle inside that 358 modified, working his hands. Trying to hold on to an automatic transfer position on lap 6 of 8. Everybody on the bottom. Like the bottom is the place to be at Lucas Oil early until you can get that top side to work. Sure we'll see folks getting up there and flirting with that top edge. Doesn't fall off like Lernerville, but there is a ledge up there. So it's like
car 5-6 COL.
I am not getting an indication what the caution was for. Might have been Randy Shreves involved. Let's take a look. Shreves battling it out with Dickens here. Oh, Shreves gets into that outside wall. The 56 was the first car on the outside looking in at a invite to the feature. Move the 56 to the back of the field. Randy Shreves, a prior champion in the sprint car division. So working lap 7 of 9. So we're down to 2 to go. It is Michael Carter, Chris Cox, Brian Lawson, Randall Dixon in that 111's in the final transfer position. Brian Dickens in the 122, trying to race his way into the feature. If not, he'll be heading to the B main. We may have a C, but we'll have a B for sure. Pace truck is off as the 15 car has been on quite the roll. It's been a while since he has not started from the pole in the feature. And that's what he's looking at right here as he is on the loud pedal at the flag stand. Good start by the 15. Working lap 8 and 9. Carter, Cox, Lawson, Marv Julio moves up into a transfer spot. A Mass Mafia driver in that 238 drives a midget in real life back east.
The yellow flag is out.
Like to thank Anthony always for tuning in. One to go, Michael Carter. Caution comes back out. It looks like we may extend this one. Marvulio slides up in front of the 111. Contact is made. So we will have a green-white checkered. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Chris Cox, Brian Lawson. Brian Dickens moves up into the fourth and final transfer position in that 122. Pace truck is off. That is Carter looking for the flag here to get this started. Pace truck is not off. My apologies. There the pace truck is off, leaving the field to that 15-car CTM driver. That is Michael Carter, Chris Cox, P2, Brian Lawson in the Magnum Race Designs, number 9. Like to thank Brian Lawson, does a lot of work with our logos for us. And again, thank you for your service in the United States Navy.
Green flag, green flag.
Good start by Carter. Cox tries to slide in low. No room underneath the 15. Good run off of turn 2. Cox again trying to fit that 515 in between Carter and that inside. Brian Dickens now. The 238 of Anthony Marvulio on the bottom side. He wants that fourth and final transfer position. Up front, Michael Carter battling it out with Chris Cox. The battle is going to be for the final transfer. 238, Anthony Marvulio moves up 4 positions and gets the final transfer position. Great heat race. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Jordan LaFawn on the front row. Joseph Grandy, Charlie Weaver in row 2. Samuel Bachman, Jesse Ingram in 3. Michael Vitale, Travis Clark in 4. James Ingram rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to Heat 2. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading directly to the feature. Everybody else going to a B main. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. The 115 of Cale Smith, also an active duty Navy member. So I'd like to thank Cale. Brand new father, had a little baby girl last week. So Cale, I'm glad to see you got some time to get out on the track. Newborns can be quite the handful. So welcome. Thank you for your service. Congratulations on the new addition to your family. Joseph Grandy in the 518. He's always quick. Ran into some problems in races, not being able to finish, but he's always up front. Charlie Weaver in that 77, Venom Racing driver, brand new, just signed up about 20 minutes ago. Charlie, welcome to the show. It'll be Cale Smith coming off of turn 4. Got the driver from Evansville, Indiana to his outside. That is Jordan LaFawn. Green flag is out. We are underway. Jordan LaFawn's grandma always tuning in. Pete Fitzsimmons didn't want to see that, but ma'am, thank you for always tuning in. Caution's out. Back it down. Jordan LaFawn, let's see. Take a peek at what happened here.
Car 77 EOL.
Watching the 11 car, currently in second place. Charlie Weaver running in P3. Grandy dives down in. Not sure if that was contact or net code there. No, 77 gets into the 11. That sends LaFawn around, and he collects the field behind him. All right, leader, this restart is on you. There is an orange tire on the inside of turn number 4. That is your go point. Anytime between there and the drop of the green flag. Everybody else, you're going on the car in front of you. Currently on lap 3 of 8. Let's get some good green flag laps in here. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. We have a full night of racing, as we always do. Coming up next, the limited late models, followed by the 305 sprint cars right here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Looks like the front two make a little bit of contact there. Cale Smith is able to get the advantage. Joseph Grandy, he's going to go to the middle lane, see if he can't get something to work besides the bottom. Now Cale Smith moves up a little bit higher. Watch that 7 car. The driver out of Georgia, that's Jesse Ingram in the 7, running the bottom side, trying to get underneath the 518. Jordan LaFawn, he's in the 4th and final transfer position. Travis Clark in the 00 car. This is his first race with Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Travis, welcome to the show. First car on the outside looking in. Cale Smith running away from the field a little bit. 518, Jesse Ingram in the 7. Jordan LaFawn to his outside. He's going to make the pass on the high side. Slide job coming. Let's take a look. Will LaFawn try to return the favor? No, he won't. Now LaFawn falls back into the grasp of Travis Clark for that 4th and final transfer position. Clark going to give it all it's worth. We'll go on board with Travis Clark here. Oh, contact. Jordan LaFawn is able to keep going. Up front, Cale Smith currently has half-second lead over Joseph Grandy. Jesse Ingram, front 3, nose to tail. Jordan LaFawn opening up a little bit of gap between himself and that 00 of Travis Clark. Charlie Weaver and Michael Vitale in that 213. He is a prior Air Force member. Contact made. Charlie Weaver up into the 00. Then makes contact after the flag. Smith, Grandy, Ingram, LaFawn heading directly to the feature. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Isaac Sowles, Travis Anderson on the front row. Mark Gilbert, Jeff Neron in row 2. Billy Roberts, Grant Wesley in 3. Jake Henry, Donald Ingram in 4. Malachi Smith rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 3. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading to the feature. Everybody else going to a B main. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. We've seen that 5-car of Isaac
Go ahead, can you
Salas
say that
coming
again,
to us
please?
by way of the Coast to Coast Racing
He
League.
also straight lined me after the
He
finish,
won a
and I was
big
also
Mission
clear, and he didn't
22
cross over.
charity event
I
in
was-
this
I
very
came over my spot
car.
that I was clear, so I don't
So
understand.
looking
Can I just get a little
looking
bit
for the
more
5
information on
to
that?
put on a good show up front.
'Cause I was
He's
told
got
I was-
CTM driver Travis Anderson to his outside. Mark Gilbert in that 76. He's
Yeah,
brand
after the
new
heat race
today
report for the
to
race
Gears
control waiting
Unlimited.
room, and I'll pull you up and
Jeff
we'll discuss
Neron
it.
in that 27 machine. As always, Jeff,
Sounds
thank
good.
you. You can see you got your 6 Racing Network on board that vehicle.
Well,
And
you
the
already ran,
88,
so if you'd
that
like to, you
is
can come
Grant
now, and I'll pull
Wesley,
you up.
driver out of Evansville, Indiana. On the outside of our title sponsor, that is Gears Unlimited, Billy Roberts in the 99 out of Independence, Missouri. So good luck, fellas. Isaac Salas at the front of the field, getting ready for 8 laps. He's got a message from Dean Reynolds in the 79 machine. Said he's got the Mission 22 on board, as we will have on board our real race car next race season. Like to thank Mission 22 for the support. We've been with them for a little over a year, I guess. Great folks doing great things. Mark Gilbert in P2. Billy Roberts up into the
I'm sorry, that was all my
33. They are able to keep going. Travis Anderson in that 4th and final transfer position. 99 of Roberts is now going to battle it out, the driver out of Georgia. That's the 10 car of Donald Ingram as he's trying to get underneath the 99. Jeff Neron in the 27 in the mix. So Billy Roberts, the first car on the outside looking in. Travis Anderson and Grant Wesley going at it. Talked to Grant Wesley on Tuesday night on the podium as we broadcast Top Tier Race League. Those are open setup modifieds. 88 car had a great Tuesday night. Picking right up where he left off. He's up 3 positions from his start. Isaac Salas at the front of the field. Mark Gilbert in P2 on lap 5 of 8. Anderson, Wesley. Wesley dives it down low. Billy Roberts may take advantage of that. That's Roberts on the high side. Will he get a good run off at turn 4? Yes, it's indeed. Roberts up to the 4th and final transfer position. Grant Wesley moved back to P5. Donald Ingram in P6 on lap 6 of 8. Isaac Salas not all by himself. Mark Gilbert not letting him get far. Travis Anderson, the CTM driver, followed by Billy Roberts. Can the 88 of Grant Wesley recover? We are nose to tail here at Lucas Oil. 1 lap to go. 2 corners for that 5 car, and it will be to the 2nd row of the feature. Salas, Gilbert, Anderson, Billy Roberts are your top
Sorry,
4
33, I
transferring
got into
straight
you there on the first
to the
lap. My
feature.
bad. You're good, bub.
B main to the grid. B main to the grid, please. Brian Dickens, Charles Weaver on the front row. Grant Wesley, Jason Hines in row 2. Michael Vitale and Malachi Smith. Dean Reynolds, Travis Clark, followed by Neron Shreves in row number 5. Samuel Bachman, Donald Ingram in 6. Randall Dixon, James Ingram in 7. Jake Henry, round out your field of 15 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to the B main. 12 of you heading to the feature. There are currently 15 in the field. You're going to have 10 laps to get it done. Same rules as your heat race. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Again, 12 of you heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Let's check out the 79 car with that Mission 22 on board. If we can get a good shot of that. There is the Super Dirt Car Series director. You see Mission 22 on that rear quarter, the lower portion. Brian Dickens, the driver out of North Carolina, will bring us to the green flag. Not sure how aggressive Brian will be in that dirt track bank. Number 122, Venom Racing, Charles Weaver on his outside. Watch that 88 car.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. Great start by Weaver on the high side. The 88 car, he thought about taking it 3 wide, gave it a try. Wesley will fall back. It will be Weaver at the front. 66 car, Jason Hines, a driver out of Canada. He's working the outside right behind the 77. Malachi Smith in the throw. Hines into that outside wall. The 13 of Malachi Smith is back with us. Venom Racing driver. It's like Randall Dixon was in that 12th position till the caution did come out. Let's take a look. Looks like Travis Clark in that 00 car was involved in an incident.
I can't see the pace car. Where's that?
He is a car with the orange numbers on top. Hines gets up into that outside wall. No place for that 00 to go.
Where's the 00 stand? Let's go by. 00's on the front stretch. And
Brian
1 and 2
Dickens
right now.
will fall
coming.
back a little bit. The 77 car of Charles Wheeler on the front row on lap 3 of 10. Currently, James Ingram in that 40 machine is in the final transfer position. Samuel Bachman, Randall Dixon, and Jake Henry in the 171. Want that position. Not used to seeing the 171 in the back of the pack, but he is there tonight.
Looks like the 122 and the 66 come both.
Lights are
down
off on the
and
pace
up
truck
into
as
each
it
other,
makes its
66
exit.
into the wall, causing that chain of contact. No
Charlie
DUI.
Weaver in the 77 will bring us to the green flag. Restarts are on the leader. Brian Dickens to his outside.
Green, green, green.
Now, I want to say these drivers will just ride around at the front of the field knowing that they are securely in the feature. But I know that's not the case. 88 car, that's Grant Wesley. He tempts that ledge on the top side. Jason Hines in the 66. He's back up to P4. Travis Clark, Michael Vitale in the 213 Gears Unlimited ride. Malachi Smith in 7th. Randy Shreves. Dean Reynolds in a battle with Ingram in the 10 car. Gonna bring James Bond along with him in the 007. Jeff Neron now. He's in the 12th and final transfer position. The 171. He'll take over the final transfer. Up front, Charlie Weaver all by himself. Brian Dickens, P2. Grant Wesley ever so close to that ledge up on the top on lap 7 of 10.
Caution, yellow flag.
Jason Hines in the 66. He's in P4. Travis Clark, caution comes back out. Looks like Neron and Dixon. So those two were battling for a transfer position
Car
in the
111
back of the
yellow.
pack.
What's the pace truck?
111 just comes
Getting
in a
good
little
action
bit
right
hot,
now.
gets into the side of the 27
Pulling
car.
out onto the surface.
Again, I'm having some Sound problems with the Windows update, as we always have sound problems after a Windows update, so I'll work on that on the break. Hopefully I can hear Race Control and our Race Control and iRacing and our Race Control folks
here, guys.
from
Gonna
Top
cut it.
Tier. Race Control, there's
It
live
won't let
admin going on behind the scenes.
Disregard that last message.
We are
It
working
will not
lap
let me.
10 or 8 of 10. Look back at the 171. He is your final transfer driver to the feature. Lights should go off on the pace truck, and they do. We got one to go. We'll go single file this time. Here at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights, you get 2 shot of double wide, then it changes to single wide. Weaver, Dickens, Wesley, Hines, your top 4. Travis Clark in the 00 is the final car in your top 5. Weaver up high. Dickens going to give the bottom side a go. Good run off the top side by that 88. He's able to woe it down so he doesn't run into the 122. Looks like the high side is coming in. Won't take Dickens long to figure that out. He'll be on the high side. Jason Hines, let's look back. It is Jake Henry. That is the final transfer driver. He's got James Ingram behind him, Neron and Randall Dixon. So Jake Henry with 1 to go, currently in the 12th and final transfer position. Up front, Charlie Wheeler coming off of turn 4. Wheeler, Wesley, Dickens, Hines, and Travis Clark, your top 5. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after a quick break.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. Thought this was set up for 24 cars through the feature, but it looks like we have a lot more than 24 on the track. Been a long time since we've had this many cars on the track. Feature to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Cale Smith on the front row. Isaac Salas, Chris Cox in row 2. Grandy Gilbert in 3. Brian Lawson, Jesse Ingram in 4. Travis Anderson, Anthony Marvulio in 5. LaFawn Roberts in 6. Weaver Wesley in 7. Dickens Hines in 8. Clark Smith in 9. Shreves and Vitale in 10. Dean Reynolds, Samuel Bachman in 11. Donald Ingram and James Ingram on that final row. All right, leader, just like your heat races, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. So the initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. So, CTM front row, that is Michael Carter and Cale Smith. Watch that 5 car as Carter and Isaac Salas put on a heck of a show last week. But never count out the 515. That is your reigning champion from last season. That is Chris Cox. So we're getting ready to go 25 laps. Been a while since we've had this many cars on the track.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. We are underway. 24 cars, 25 laps to settle it. The winner wins a pass to the Week 13 Dash for Cash. That's a $500 race we will have here in a few weeks. Brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. Salas on the bottom side. Isaac Salas looking underneath the 15-5 car.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution comes back out. Not sure what happened. Seeing Travis Clark in the double O. I imagine we got a mess in the back of the field. That's the 13 car into the 66. So that was...
Thanks, Jordan.
Then the 2 make contact. So a little bit of madness to start off the night. Kind of thought we would go that way. Stick around at the conclusion of this race. We'll get a quick interview with your top 3. Restart's on you. That orange tire on your left side there. Everybody else, you're going on the car in front of you. Good luck. Michael Carter in the 15 car. Lights are still on the pace truck. Again, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Without
Car
fans
one
and
yellow.
drivers watching the broadcast, there'd be no need for me to be up here. So greatly appreciate it. If you got something that you see that you don't like that we're doing, please send us a message. You can message me or email me, joe@gy6rn.com. Go to our Facebook page. That's Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Let us know what you think. If you like what we have going on, please subscribe to the channel. Just heard Race Control give an EOL to the... I didn't really hear the number. My apologies. Michael Carter on the inside of Isaac Salas.
Green, green, green.
Good restart by the 15. He brings his teammate with him. That's the 115 of Cale Smith. Isaac Salas gets up to the high side. Caution comes out quick. Travis Clark may have been involved. Oh, that's a
Number 7,
previous caution. We are not going to be able to see the caution that just happened. My apologies.
122. Going one here, going one.
We're hearing from Race to Control that we do have one to go. We'll double it up one last time. We'll go single file from here on out. Can't seem to get many laps under our belts here.
Green, green, green.
Teammates on the front row. Great restart by those two. I'm sure they're somewhere on a voice mic chatting it out, kind of giving each other when to go mark here. As the 115 pulls up to the rear bumper, let's go on board with Cale Smith.
Caution, yellow flag.
Maybe we won't. Brian Dickens involved in an incident in that 122.
Car number 9, EOL.
9 gets sideways. Everyone checks up. Nowhere for the cars to go. All right, drivers, we're only on lap 5 of 25. Let's settle in, get some green flag laps in. Good luck. CTM drivers 1, 2. 5 of Isaac Salas, that's Venom Racing in P number 3. Cox Gaming, Chris Cox in the 515. Joseph Grandy in the 518. That is your top 5. We will go single file from this point on. We're only on lap, as you heard, 5 of 25. Pace truck is off. Carter looking for the green flag coming off of 4. The 15 car is off. Teammate goes right along with him. That's Cale Smith. Isaac Salas in that 5 car. Let's see if we can get a quick view of the cars. There's a quick look at Lucas Oil and what's happening. Up front, Michael Carter still has the lead, but it was Isaac Salas with the fastest lap the last 2 laps by. On lap 12 of 25. Let's see if we can't get a read. Carter and Smith at the front of the field. Those are teammates. Isaac Salas in P3 in the 5 car. Salas again a little bit quicker than the front 2. Chris Cox falling off the pace a little bit. Joseph Grandy, that is your top 5, followed by Billy Robertson, the 99. Mark Gilbert in the 76. Anthony Marjulio. Jason Hines back to the 88. That is the last car in your top 10. He's battling it out with Venom Racing's Malachi Smith. Dean Reynolds back there, as is the 10 car of Donald Ingram. Jordan LaFawn in the back a little bit. Travis Anderson, that is the 3rd of the CTM drivers. He's back in 15th. Battling out with Jesse Ingram and Randy Shreves. That is a look through the field. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Isaac Salas starting to take a peek on lap 8. The 15 car goes over the top. That's your leader. He goes over the shelf here into the wall. Michael Carter very rarely makes a mistake. He goes off the top. No contact by his teammate. Put the 15 car to the back of the field. Isaac Salas inherits the lead. Again, here at Lucas Oil, it's not a sharp drop-off like Lernerville. There is a shelf that flattens out. Sometimes it's hard to read the cushion up that high. I went up there myself on Tuesday, but it's almost like your car just loses all momentum once you go over the top. We saw that happen to the 15 car. On lap 19 of 25, Isaac Salas takes over the lead. Cale Smith holds on to P2. Chris Cox, Joseph Grandy, Billy Roberts, your top 5. We are hearing that the 5 car just received an EOL. That will move Isaac Salas to the back of the field, give the lead over to the 115. Cale Smith has been finishing second to his teammate time and time again. This may be his night, as the 5 car and the 15 to the back of the field. Don't count out Chris Cox, 2-time champion, running in P2 on lap 20 of 25. It will be Cale Smith bringing us to the green flag. Don't forget, coming up next, we got limited late models right back here at Lucas Oil. Great start by the 115. That is Cale Smith on the inside. Chris Cox is going to give the outside a go. Good run off the top side. Joseph Grandy in the 518. Billy Roberts in P4. Mark Gilbert, he's rolling the bottom in the 76, trying to get that line to work. Cale Smith stays down low. Lap 21 of 25. We are running out of laps. Jesse Ingram involved in an incident. Those are brothers in the 7 and 10 car. Both those drivers out of Georgia. Oh, catches that inside tire. Over goes the 7. So he will go to the back of the field. Again, tonight's replay is brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. Dirt Track Bank out of Malvern, Iowa. It's where Got Your Six Racing Network banks. Super good people. check them out if you want to see something super cool. Check out dirt.bank. Pace truck is off on lap 22 of 25. Cale Smith trying to close the deal. Chris Cox, P2. Joseph Grandy. Those are your 3 podium drivers at the moment. Billy Roberts sitting back in P4. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Smith is going to stay down low. Chris Cox, he's trying to stay that same line. Joseph Grandy in P3. Up front now, Smith goes up high. Looks like he's high in 3 and 4, low in 1 and 2, which is typically the quickest way around this joint. Getting up on the cushion. Got to be real careful. Billy Roberts, Jason Hines in the 66. Jordan LaFawn battling it out with the 88. That's 2 Indiana drivers in the 88 and 11 battling it out for P8. 1 lap to go, 1:15 with the lead. Chris Cox, P2. Joseph Grandy, P3. Mark Gilbert, he moves up. Cale Smith, 2 more corners to get through. Coming off of turn 4, looks like the battle's going to be for second. Smith, Cox, Grandy. Top 3 start-finish line, please. Top 3 start-finish line. Everyone else, late model race is up right now. Or practice, my apologies. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. So tonight's race took a little bit longer. We did have 3 heat races. It is Cale Smith finally closes the deal in that 1:15. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. Let's get a word with your top 3. Let me get set up here. My apologies for this. Let's talk to third place finisher. That is Joseph Grandy in the 518 car. Grandy moves up 2 from the start. Joseph, this is Joe. You got me?
Yep. How you doing, Joe?
And I'm well. How are you? Good run. Walk us through your night there.
Fortunately, that incident that happened up front sucked for them, but it was good for me.
Yeah, man. Finally, it's not bad luck for the 518. We've seen you get into a lot of bad luck running up front. So tonight, man, you get ever so close to the front. You came up 2 positions short. Looks like you were looking for something off the bottom of turn 4.
Yeah, I think if I had a few more laps, I definitely would have passed Cox there, but ran short.
Yeah, man. Great run. Who do you want to thank for your drive to the podium?
First and foremost, I want to thank all those who are currently serving and who did serve in the military. And appreciate you, Joe, for the broadcast, and everyone who gets this.
Yeah, man. Hope to talk to you again tonight.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, man. Chris Cox in the 515. He moves up 2 from his start. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, great run. Walk me through your night.
Well, I started 4th. I knew the track was going to be 1 line from the start of the night, so I was kind of happy I started on the outside since we figured out that was the line, and rode around in 4th. Knew them guys were going to try to fight for first, and luckily it paid off for me when they just ended up getting together. Ended up picking up second. I knew if I got second or first, I just had to make sure I just couldn't, nobody else behind me would get by me, and the way the track was, it was just all on the bottom and 1 and 2 and all on the top and 3 and 4. So basically nobody could get by each other unless you just threw a crazy slider or just doored somebody out of the way.
Yeah, man. So I'm just looking at the points. This is the furthest we've ever seen you back in the points at a week 9. You're currently 5th in the points. So a great points night for the 515, man. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I'd like to thank MJC Desktop Fabrications. I'd like to thank Top Secret. I'd like to thank you for broadcasting it. I'd like to thank you for putting it on. And top tier for adminning.
Yeah, man, you running the limited late models?
Yes, I am.
All right, man, we'll see you over there.
Yep.
Active duty Navy driver, the driver of the 115 and new father, that is Cale Smith. Finally closes the deal tonight. Cale, this is Joe. You got me?
Joe, I got you, man. Hey, happy Veterans Day. Thanks for your service, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Back at you 100%. Man, that was kind of an interesting night. You were running up front as you always are. Had a little bit of scuffle at the front of the field, man. Walk us through your night. It looks like you and Michael were just kind of riding around, waiting for a late race, but was that the case?
I mean, I felt really quick tonight at this track. I know Michael and I are both, we put a lot of laps in here. We're both quick. But yeah, we were just communicating, with the starts, making sure we got good starts and, staying away from each other. And we were trying to just check out from the field there. And I haven't really looked at the incident yet, but, that's one of the unfortunate things about racing. I mean, things happen. And luckily for me, I was out of it and got to be able to get out front there and get the win.
Yeah, man. So how's the baby?
Man, she is awesome. It's you think you're gonna expect how things are gonna be, and it's never like that. But I feel like we've been pretty fortunate. She's healthy. She's beautiful. Man, I'm just having a good time with it.
Let me tell you, you better enjoy every second of it. My youngest just turned 30, my youngest daughter. And, man, if I could have that day back, man, it goes by in the blink of an eye, man. So congratulations to you and the wife. Thank you for your service, man. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Thanks, Joe. Man, I just want to thank you guys at Friday Night Lights, man. You guys do such a great job. We always look forward to racing tonight. And tonight, all the veterans out there, and thanks everybody for their service.
Yeah, man, we're going to see you in the limited late models? Silly question.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, man. Hope to talk to you again.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are the 358 modifieds. We will take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the limited late models. So we'll be right back.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. You know, we first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, you know, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
Welcome back. We are back at Lucas Oil with the limited late models. We are running a little bit behind, so we'll get the drivers off the track and get underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, fellas, welcome to Week 9 limited late models. I don't see any new drivers that weren't in the last race, so we will forego the rules in the sake of time. Any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. None heard. As everyone has said, I'd like to thank all veterans out there that have served or are currently serving. Happy Veterans Day weekend. And here at Got Your Six Racing Network, veterans will never pay to race in our league. So if by chance I charged you and you are a veteran, please let me know and I'll gladly refund your entry fee. So welcome to Week 9. Getting ready to go qualify.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day, Joe. Thanks for your service, buddy.
Yeah, man, you too. So there you have it. We're getting ready to go qualifying in the limited late models. Not as big of a field, so we should be able to get through this. Famous last words. Got to watch what I say, of course. Should be able to get through this a lot quicker than we did the 358 modified. So We'll see who comes out first on the track. Again, welcome to Week 9. We are just a few weeks away from the $500 Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. That will be on Week 13. Everyone who qualifies will get paid something. We will break the pay up. It's a $500 race. So, yeah, we're only a few weeks away. Following along with Jason Hines in that 66 car, the driver out of Canada. Out on the track, getting some laps in. We should start getting times in. Top of the board, Travis Anderson, 15.089. That didn't last long. Brian Dickens to the top of the board in that 122 machine. Chris Cox now, he's the reigning champion in this division also in the 515. 15.029 for Chris Cox. Jeff Kemper with us, a driver out of Oregon in the 181. He's 10th quick. Travis Anderson just wrapping up 7th quick. Jesse Ingram to the top of the board, 14.997. He matches the 15 car of Michael Carter, so those two run identical time. 10 car of Donald Ingram currently 8th quick out on track. James Ingram, that's the father of the Ingram boys in the 40 machine. All three of those drivers out of Georgia. 10th quick for James. Randy Shreves in the 56 car. He is the reigning sprint car champion. He's out on track in that 56 machine. 9th quick, Anthony Marvulio, driver out of New Hampshire. He's also a new father, new-ish now, since Cale Smith will be our newest new father. Anthony, a big supporter of Friday Night Lights since our existence, actually. So I'd like to thank Anthony, as always, in that 238 machine. Let's see how Anthony does coming off of turn 4, looking for the flag stand. 15th quick for the 238. James Ingram still out on track, getting a few extra laps. We have not heard from Weaver, Clark, or Dixon. We'll see if those cars decide to come out for some qualifying laps. 14th quick for Anthony Marvulio, 15.320. 15.320. Looks like it's going to be Jesse Ingram at the top of the board. Jesse Ingram lays down a 14... my replay isn't getting. Let's see if we can find. There we go. 14.997 for your top two. That's Jesse Ingram and Michael Carter. We're getting ready to go heat racing here. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Jesse Ingram, Chris Cox on the front row. Brian Dickens, Travis Anderson in row 2. Randy Shreves, James Ingram in 3. Malachi Smith, Mark Gilbert in 4. Randall Dixon rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader, congratulations on the pole. Remember, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature in this one. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. Jesse Ingram is a previous late model winner. He won a feature last season, so we'll see how the 7 does here tonight. He is also a military veteran in that 7 machine. Sometimes I get him and his brother Donald Ingram mixed up, but I'm almost certain it is Jesse that is the veteran. Do a lot of tow truck service out there in Georgia on race night, so they have a hand in the real racing community, so greatly appreciated, fellas. As does Gears Unlimited. Our title sponsor makes carbon fiber drive shafts. Again, a great supporter of the real race community, as is the Dirt Track Bank. So, green flag is out. We are underway. Lap 1. Great start by Chris Cox on the outside. He's going to get the edge over the 7, but usually the bottom is the place to be early. And Ingram takes full advantage of that. Brian Dickens in the 122. Tries to stick the nose of that 122 in there. Side by side with the 33, that is Travis Anderson, the CTM driver. Dickens will fall back to P4. He's got Randy Shreves in the 56 breathing down his neck. Let's go on board with the 122. And that will bring out a caution. That was almost on cue there. Let's take a look at what happened between Dickens and Travis Anderson here. Looks like he gets into the back of the 15. That collects the 122. Chris Cox is able to keep going. Jesse Ingram at the front of the field. All right, leader, this restart is going to be on you. At the exit of turn 4, there is an orange tire with a cone on top of it. That is your restart point. Anytime between there and the drop of the green flag. Everybody else, you are going on the car in front of you. We're working lap 3 of 8. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. So James Ingram at the front of the field, followed by Chris Cox, or Jesse Ingram, my apologies, followed by Chris Cox. James Ingram, that is the elder of the Ingram gang, he is up to P3. Mark Gilbert in that 76 Venom Racing ride, he's P4. His teammate right behind him, that is Malachi Smith in the Venom Racing number 13. ABR Setup Shop 56 of Randy Shreves in P6. Lights are off on the pace truck. Not sure. There we go. Jesse Ingram with a good start. Going to go to the bottom, as is Cox. James Ingram, he's going to get shuffled out, going on the high side. Randy Shreves in that 56, puts on the binders, is able to slow up, almost got into Mark Gilbert in the 76 machine. Great driving by Randy Shreves in that 56 machine. That is experience right there. Was able to not just plow into that 76. Dickens battling it out side by side with Malachi Smith. Travis Anderson in the 33. He's at the back of the pack. Randall Dixon did not take the grid. We're on lap 6 of 8. Jesse Ingram coming. We got a pile up. Shreves on his lid. Shreves battling it out with James Ingram. Looks like Dickens got in there a little bit hot. Gets into the 13 of Malachi Smith. That will put the 56 on his lid. So, Jesse Ingram, this Heat 1 is taking a little bit longer than I anticipated, working lap 6 of 8. Ingram, Cox, Gilbert, your top 3. James Ingram in that 40 machine, having a great run for the Ingram gang. He is your 4th and final transfer driver, although everyone will transfer tonight. Pace truck is off. That will leave the field to the 7 car of Jesse Ingram. Again, if you're interested in joining Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights, check out our Facebook page. That is Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Send us a message. We will get you on board all the action. 7 car, great start. Chris Cox on the bottom. 7 tried the middle. Mark Gilbert, James Ingram. Ingram running in the 40 car in the 4th position. Malachi Smith in the 13. Travis Anderson, he's trying to work his way back up towards the front. Little bit of contact with that 13. Lap 8 of 8. 7 car. 2 more corners to get through. Jesse Ingram coming off of 4. It will be Ingram, Cox, Gilbert, 'Gilbert, 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 ' Malachi Smith, James Ingram stuck up on the tire. Finally able to get that 40 car off of that tire. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Cale Smith on the front row. We've seen that before. Joseph Grandy, Donald Ingram in row 2. Jason Hines, Jeffrey Kemper in row number 3. Anthony Marfulio, Charles Weaver in row number 4. And Travis Clark rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Saw the CTM, the 15 and the 115 work really well together in the 358 modified race. Again, our race control is Top Tier Race Control. Very professional organization. Check them out. Top Tier Race Control. Pace truck is off. 8 laps to get it done. Front row owned by the CTM gang. Watch that 518 of Joseph Grandy. Once again, did he get that monkey off his back in that last race? He was able to hold on to a podium. Good start by the 15. 15 stays down low. Cale Smith, good run off the top side. He's able to make it to the rear bumper of his teammate. Joseph Grandy in P3. Hines in the 66. In P4. Really worried about the 238. Kind of came up on a weird angle there, but it is Marfulio into the outside wall. Not able to hold on to it. A lot of contact in the back of the field here. These three under a blanket. 66 car comes down into the 10, catches the right rear quarter of the 238. Marfulio. And it is on from there, as you can see. Michael Carter still at the front of the field. Cale Smith in P2 on lap 2 of 8. Double it up, 15 on the inside of the 115. Second row hasn't changed. Good start by Michael Carter at the front of the field. Cale Smith, he's going to stay on the outside. Grandy slides up a little bit, does not make contact. Grandy in P3. Jason Hines still going to battle out. 238 went in for a quick repair. Comes back out, battling it out. That is the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper. Kemper is able to make the pass on the 238. We're used to seeing that 238 run the bottom side. He's down there already. Michael Carter at the front of the field with his teammate, Cale Smith, the 115. So those cars running in solid position. Grandy and Jason Hines, followed by Kemper in the 181. Kemper took a little bit of peek down low underneath that 66. Two to go. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Cale Smith, Joseph Grandy, and it is Michael Carter was the quickest last time by. Coming to one to go, the 15, followed by his teammate. That is the 115 of Cale Smith. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Two more corners to navigate for the 15, and it will be another heat win for the CTM gang and Michael Carter. Carter, Smith, Grandy, Hines, Kemper, your top five. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear Till Valhalla Project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom. Two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back. Warm-ups. Cale Smith at the top of the board with a 15.295. His teammate, Michael Carter, he's up to P2. So those two not letting off one bit, as we are getting ready for a 25-lap feature event here on week 9 at Lucas Oil. This is Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Feature to the grid, please. Jesse Ingram, Michael Carter on the front row. Chris Cox, Cale Smith in row 2. Gilbert Grandy in 3. Dickens Hines in 4. Anderson Kemper in row number 5. Malachi Smith, Anthony Marfulio in row number 6. Give me 1 second here. James Ingram, Donald Ingram in 7. Randy Shreves, Charles Weaver in 8. Randall Dixon and Travis Clark round out your field of 18 drivers. All right, fellas, welcome to the feature. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. Let's settle in early, get some green flag laps in, race hard, race clean. Good luck. Looks like Charlie Weaver, Randall Dixon, and Travis Clark did not make the grid. So we are down to 15 drivers here for the 25-lap feature. Mark Gilbert in the 76 car. He signed up, about, 15 minutes before the first race tonight. So welcome aboard, Mark, as he starts on P5. Jesse Ingram at the front of the field. This start is on green. We will go 2x2 for 2 cautions. Then it will change to single file. Green flag is out. That is teammates on the inside and outside. Chris Cox and Jesse Ingram are teammates, as is... Oh, contact again. Everyone holds on to it. Grandy goes over the top ledge. Little bit of beating and banging early. Cale Smith up to P2. Michael Carter falls back to P3. And the caution comes out anyways. 518 stuck on that outside, comes back onto the track. Big pile up in front of him. Looks like the 238 of Anthony Marvulio. With the EOL, we'll head to the back of the pack. Ingram, Cale Smith. All right, leader, this restart will be on you. At the exit of turn 4 on your left-hand side, orange tire with a cone on top of it. That is your restart point. Anytime between there and the drop of the green flag, everybody else, you're going on the car in front of you. Good luck. See if we can get a cleaner start here. That was a little rough. It is the 7 car of Jesse Ingram. Pace truck should exit this next time by. You got top 4. You got 2 different teams, Cox Gaming and CTM. Good restart by Ingram. He's going to run about a half car length off that inside line. 115 of Cale Smith into the outside wall a little bit. Michael Carter working the bottom. Chris Cox above the 15 car. Now Cox will go to that middle lane. Michael Carter, Mark Gilbert in the 76. Jason Hines currently in P6. Donald Ingram and Brian Dickens battle it out for 7th position. Those two slide side by side. Contact is made. Malachi Smith up 3 positions from his start. In that 13 machine, getting a little bit loose there off the exit. Dickens dives down, gets underneath the 10 car of Donald Ingram. We're going to go 3 wide here. Dickens on the bottom. We stay 3 wide. And we're about 3 wide in front of them. Cale Smith and Jesse Ingram, that was a mess. I don't see a caution on my board. That does not mean there wasn't one. So Jesse Ingram still at the front of the field from the drop of the green flag. No EOL given. Heard from Race Control. Jesse Ingram at the front of the field. Oh, contact in the front of the field. What a mess. I have no idea what just happened. The 7 car of Jesse Ingram. We are going to have to watch that back. My goodness, what a mess. We're hearing no EOL. Net code got 15. He pulls up. You can see that contact. The cars were not close enough to make contact. That is what is called net code. So Jesse Ingram will stay at the front of the field. Clayton, can you meet me in broadcast waiting room, please? See if we can't bring Race Control into the booth here. As we get ready to go green, we have Clayton Hack from Top Tier Race Control with us in the booth. He's going to ride it out with us for the rest of the night. Clayton, been kind of a rough night, my brother. First of all, thank you for your service, but welcome to the booth. We're getting ready to go back green here, man. Yeah, man. So it's not typical. So there you go. Yellow flag comes back out. So Clayton will go back to work to figure out what exactly happened. Clayton, what'd you see?
On car number 40 of James Ingram.
So there you have it. There's straight from Race Control. So, man, welcome to the booth. I know we're going to try this in the Top Tier Racing League. Thought, why not kick it off tonight? A couple of veterans on Veterans Week and get up in the booth and call what we see out on the track. So, welcome, man.
Yeah, thanks for the welcome, man. Thank you for your service, and I'm excited to kick this off and give this a shot next week. I think Race Control gives you guys out there, Race Control being in the booth gives you guys out there a pretty cool perspective, get a little behind the curtain look at why the calls are the way they are. So I'm excited for it, and no better place than Friday Night Lights to kick it off.
Yeah, man, absolutely good place to test that out. 7 car still at the front of the field. That is Jesse Ingram. Again, we are only on lap 10 of 25. So Jesse now with Michael Carter to his rear bumper. We saw the 15 car show his displeasure here early. So we'll see how this plays out up front. We'll keep a close eye on that as the 7 car comes towards his restart point. Not sure what happened. There's Cale Smith somewhere in the back on lap of 10 of 25.
Right, and you see Michael Carter's always very fast in these. It seems the limited late models are his bread and butter for sure. So we'll see what Mikey can do here and see if he can make a run at that number 7 up front. 7's been fast all night as far as the late models, so put it on pole. Hopefully he can keep up his momentum. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, man, as we talked pre-race, the 7 car is a past limited late model winner of a feature. So no stranger to the front of the field, but that 15 car, Clayton, that cat is hard to beat. Looks like he gets up over that ledge there in 3 and 4. 7 car able to open up a little bit more of an advantage on lap 13 of 25. Michael Carter,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like Michael's got a little bit more speed, but it's hard in a limited late model. You know, the goal is to keep the momentum up. You never want the motor to bog down because it takes a while. So Michael Carter looks to be a little bit quicker. He can keep up with him, pull away from the 66 behind. But it just looks like Jesse Ingram's just taking the line away, and here he goes looking at the bottom. We'll see if he can clear him here.
Yeah, man,
they're gonna make contact. Nope.
Tough to pass in limited late models.
Very, very tough.
Man, so tell us about Top Tier Racing League. What do you guys got going on at Top Tier?
So me and a couple partners, you know, acquired some sponsorship and pretty much watched a couple different leagues that we race control already, and kind of picked our handful from each league and sent them all invitations and got them over to our Discord as well. We do weekly series on Tuesday nights of street stocks, pro late models, and big block modifieds. We run it almost the same, a little bit longer feature length, just to let the track wear away that little bit extra and give the guys a shot. But we also, every third week, like we will have our first one this Tuesday coming up, we have the World 100. It's super late models at Eldora for 100 laps. It'll be our only race of the night. So that's the Crown Jewel events. We bring on even more sponsorships. We've acquired one for next Tuesday, and the plan is to keep it going. And it's just a big payout night. It's not a points race. It's just come race for the money. So hoping to have a pretty big car field. It's sounding like so far it's built up. As we see the 15 pass Jesse Ingram for the lead. Looked like Jesse got a little too high off of 2 there.
Yeah, man, he did that like 2 laps in a row. Looks like Donald Ingram may have been involved in an incident. So we saw Jesse get over that dreaded ledge there. And that slows the car's momentum drastically. The 15 car was able to get by. We're watching the 10 car. As Randy Shreves dives down in no room. Tried to make room, couldn't find any.
Yeah, that's like you said, no room, just trying to open a hole that's not open. That's going to be an ELL on the 56 of Randy Shreves. Tough to see.
So this changes the whole complexity when that 15 car's at the point. That's going to be a hard character to pass on lap 20 of 25. So we do have 5 to go here. Yeah, Clayton, what you got going on? I do broadcast for those guys. It is a great show. If you happen to get an invitation, man, you got to check that out. It is the next best thing coming, and I haven't released this yet, Clayton. Love the weekly payday. We do a $500 dash for cash on week 13, as you know. I think we're going to change that format to a weekly type deal and skip the dash for cash. So, man, I like what you guys got going on. I'm actually copying a portion of it. So Yeah, man, great to see. As we get ready to go back green, Michael Carter takes over the lead from Ingram. Ingram tempting that top side. He gets up on the flat in 3 and 4, and it's almost like you throw out a boat anchor because you are going nowhere once you jump that cushion, which he did in 3 and 4 on a couple laps.
Right,
On lap
absolutely.
22 of 25.
As you see the top starting to slick away as these guys run up there, more consistently throughout the race. So makes you wonder if there's going to be a late race mess up by anybody up front to hand this win to somebody else. As we see the 13 jumping the cushion right there and going off.
Just saw Malachi Smith absolutely on cue. The Venom Racing driver goes over the top. He's battling it out for P5. Joseph Grandy in the 518. We saw the 518 have a good run finally in the 358 modified. So Jesse Grandy currently in your top 5. Michael Carter, now he's opening up a gap between himself and Jesse Ingram on lap 24 of 25. 66 car of Jason Hines, a driver out of Canada. He's having a good run in the late models. 2 more quarters to navigate for the 15, coming off a turn 4, looking for the checkered flag. It is the 15 of Michael Carter, followed by Ingram, Hines, Cox, and Grandy, your top 5. Top 3 start-finish line, please. Top 3 start-finish line. Go ahead.
Big wreck out of 4 coming there to the stripe too. Not sure if you saw that, but we had a couple positions changed right there at the last second. Looks like the 238 just throws a slider, and the 13 of Malachi Smith doesn't get a chance to check up just yet, and a lot of people got incidents from that one coming to the checkered.
Yeah, man, we just had it highlighted. See if we can get a podium shot here. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up to the booth for interviews. We will get a word with your top 3. Great to see Jason Hines, a driver out of Canada. He puts that 66 car on a podium. So let's get a word with Jason, and he is in the booth. Jason, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, a podium in a limited late model. My brother, way to get it done. Walk us through your night. Another rough one. We have a lot of cautions tonight.
Yeah, I want to say that I kind of got a little bit lucky. Especially with that big pile up. Kind of gave me 3 spots right off the bat. This is my first time ever running a late model at Lucas Oil, so this is surprising to me.
Man, I love this track. Once you get this track figured out, that cushion on the top, that's hard to judge sometimes from iRacing, but man, you drove the 66 to a podium, man. So that's awesome. Awesome to see. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish in a limited late model on your first race at Lucas Oil?
I got to thank Coulter at Redline Race Designs, all the guys at Miller Time Motorsports, you for putting this on. Want to give a shout out to my daughter. She's turning 2 tomorrow, so hopefully her and the old lady are watching this. And yeah, I just want to say have a good Veterans Day to all you guys out there. Everybody's doing service and stuff. I know things are pretty crazy in the world right now, so I'm thinking about you guys.
Yeah, man, greatly appreciate it. And if your wife and daughter are watching, man, greatly appreciate everyone who tunes in. It's family that makes this thing so much fun. So great run, man. We're going to see you in the sprint cars.
Oh, you know it.
Right on, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep. The 7 car of Jesse Ingram. He comes up 1 position short. Jesse, this is Joe. You got me?
Got you.
Man, first, thank you for your service. First of all, let's get that out of the way.
That's my brother.
Man, you know what? You watch the broadcast, you'll know that I will forever remember that now. So great run by the 7, man. That top ledge here at Lucas Oil, that thing can bite you, man. Walk us through your night.
It was a bunch of like tight racing, but yeah, but like you said, that top, it can bite you, and that's what happened. I let it get a little too sideways and let Carter get around me.
Yeah, man. And once the 15 gets by, it's going to be a tough customer. If anyone could do it, I was counting on the 7, but Yeah, I got on that top side a couple times earlier this week, and man, it's just nothing you can do. It's almost like you put it in neutral. So, man, great run by the 7 car. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I gotta thank Chris Cox Gaming and my brother and my dad and y'all for putting this on, and that's about it.
Yeah, man, you guys got any more races with the tow truck this year, or how often do you guys do that?
Our season's over, but we're hoping 2023 comes around, we're gonna have a bunch. So we're hoping there's gonna be a bunch of races at our home track.
So is that you, your dad, and your brother that do that?
Yep.
Right on, man. That's cool stuff. And all 3 of you are in Friday Night Lights, so that's greatly appreciated. Great finish, man, and we'll see you in the sprint cars.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Michael Carter, the driver of the 15 CTM entrant. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I could almost feel the frustration from up in the booth, and this is a virtual booth. Had a rough go of it in the 358s. Got a little frustrated here early, but man, you kept it calm and cool after you cooled down. 15 car to the front, man. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, it's definitely a frustrating night when you have things like that happen. But I mean, it's racing, you can't control it, so you just got to keep digging, man. I had a good night in both classes. Was out front in 358s, and didn't get the job done. I jumped the cushion a little bit and collected my teammate, unfortunately, and Isaac got in there as well. But anyways, congrats to Cal on that one, and on this one, just had to keep working the 7 there, and he finally made a mistake, and I was able to get around him and finish it off.
Yeah, man, another victory. You're from Virginia, correct?
Yes, sir.
Man, I got to remember that. I didn't want to announce that on the broadcast, but I always like to say where folks are from to give the audience a good idea of, man, we got some of the best drivers on iRacing, I'm convinced, and they are from all over the place. So, yeah, man, another great run by the 15. As always, the CTM boys come in, put on a great show. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
First off, I want to say Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans out there. Really appreciate y'all's service. I want to thank my dad, Randy Carter Painting, CTM Motorsports, Cale Smith, Travis Anderson, Redline Race Designs, of course you, Joe Halter, GY6RN, Dirt Track Bank, Top Tier Race Control. So everybody's a part of this. I really appreciate everything y'all do.
Yeah, man, we're going to see you in the sprint cars. You calling it a night?
I'm probably going to call it tonight.
Man, I'm telling you, week 13 is coming, and I know it was your first time in a sprint car last week 13, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I had practice, but that was my first race.
I'm telling you, week 13's coming, my brother. You better get behind that wheel. We're not releasing where that race is at quite yet. I'm going to get vetoed, but I want a short track. But we'll see. We'll see what the Got Your 6 Racing Network crew votes on. But, man, I'm telling you. So you deserve a good night off after a victory, but you better get in that sprint car, son.
I've been practicing here and there. I've been trying some things out, so we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Have a great weekend.
You too, buddy. Thank you.
All right, man. See ya.
I see ya.
So, Clayton, there are the limited late models, man. What are your thoughts?
Very, very risky up top. It's about I don't know, about halfway into a run. Anyway, any kind of car on this track seems to get very loose up top. I know the limited late models, being that I started running in those when I first got on the sim and worked my way up. The limited late models do push very bad, and there's almost zero turn in. You have to oversteer the car basically to get it into the corner. So you combine that with a very slick and a really razor thin line up top. To see Michael Carter, Jesse Ingram, and those guys pull it off for 25 laps for the most part with no mistakes is very impressive. That just shows you the caliber of driver that they really are.
Yeah, man. I tried it in the 360 sprint car, and I was able to run up there maybe 2 laps in a row, and then it was to the bottom for me, man. So, yeah, man, great show. Thanks for joining me in the booth. You going to stick around for the sprint cars?
Absolutely, man. I'm here till the end every week.
Right on.
For
All right,
sure.
ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break and we will be right back with the nightcap. That is the 305 sprint cars right back here at Lucas Oil. We will be right back.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for
people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the nightcap. This is the 305 Sprint Cars back at Lucas Oil. Tonight's race brought to you by Raven Graphics. We are getting ready to call the drivers off the track for a quick drivers meeting, so we will get the show underway. All drivers, clear the track. All drivers, clear the track, please.
Of Friday Night Lights, we are finishing off the night with 30 laps in the 305 Sprint Cars. Everybody remember, front row leader, 1.5 car lengths behind the pace car. Everybody else maintain 1 car length to the car ahead of you. First start of the racing tonight, of any race tonight, will go on green. Every other restart after that will go on the leader. Again, the restart zone is the orange tire with the caution cone on top of it, exiting turn 4. Once you hit that, anywhere between there and the green flag, you are clear to go. Everybody remember tonight's pace car speed. Please remember, if you're blinking, we'll give you a warning. Second one will throw a caution and send you to the back. EOLs, if you receive 2 EOLs in any race tonight, you will receive a DQ. Everything else has pretty much been covered all throughout the evening. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Race hard, race clean. Good luck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is the drivers meeting. We are getting ready to advance to qualifying, so we will get the show underway. All right, no questions. We are heading to qualifying.
I'm a little bit surprised by Randy Shreves. You know, usually he's a top dog when it comes to these 305s. He seems to have a really good handle on them. He's the Michael Carter of sprint cars, if you look at it, for the most part. So to see him sitting down 5th fastest is a little bit of a surprise. Also, we see a return of Brandon Templeton tonight. Haven't seen him running in Friday Night Lights in quite a few weeks, so it's good to see a couple of the Friday Night Lights veterans, if you may call them, returning to the race, and it's good to see. We see Jason Haynes fastest in practice. It'll be exciting to see if he can keep it up in qualifying. Really, Randy Shreves running the top during practice, as I was watching, seemed very fast, very consistent up there. So we'll see, you know, once feature time comes around and it starts to slick off, if he will be the one to make it up there first and keep that consistency rolling on the top side.
Yeah, man, we got 3 previous champions in this race. That's Randy Shreves. The 238 of Anthony Marvulio was the spring champion. And we have one more, and I can't remember who that was. But, yeah, man, Randy Shreves is always a tough customer in a sprint car. So, matter of fact, we'll follow along with the 56. Currently 5th quick with a 14.017. Jason Hines, a driver out of Canada. He currently has your quick time. Brian Dickens in P2. Shreves moves up to P4. Take a quick look at your points. Randy Shreves, Joseph Grandy, Chris Cox, Jason Hines, and Jeffrey Kemper are your top 5.
Yeah, I'm watching Chris Cox put down his second lap right now. He's looking pretty fast as well on the top side. So really, it's everybody moving on to the feature. It's just going to be the heat races to set your position, and then I'm really excited for when the track slicks off come feature time, where everybody's going to get to and find speed. Lucas Oil's a very one lane track at times that it seems to be. So we'll see who's got it to get up top first and maybe pick up some spots.
Yeah, man, just like you, my teammate Brandon Templeton back on the grid. He's got a lot of volleyball stuff going on back there at Corning, Iowa with his kids. So it's always great to see Brandon and my other teammate Brian Dickens. So we got 2 of the cats in the race tonight, the dirt track bank drivers. So, man, that's great to see. And we never have a super good turnout for sprint cars. We did run 360 sprint cars at one time. I'm not sure we need to make a change, but the turnout for sprint cars has been really low. So we're getting ready to go feature racing here. Jason Hines, a driver out of Canada, top of the board in that 66 machine. As you heard, Jason is currently 4th in the points. So he's got to battle out Shreves, Grandy, and Cox. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. See if I can get
back on that sprint car being a low number type of thing. These cars are very particular type of person it takes to drive these things. Being that you can adjust the wing angle while you're running, so as the track slicks off, you move it up, you move it back. So a lot of people struggle to find it. I myself am not a huge sprint car guy. I love dirt. I can watch these things in person. I love them, but when it comes to driving on the sim, this is probably one of my least picked cars, if I'm being honest. So it definitely takes a lot.
Yeah, man. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Restart is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Yeah, Jason Hines, he kind of quietly moved through the field to the front of the pack, Clayton. I was kind of surprised when I just looked at the points. He does have the spring champion behind him, the 238 of Anthony Marfulio out of New Hampshire. He drives a midget in real life. So, and they got Chris Cox at the back of the field. So, green flag is out. We are underway. It is Jason Hines at the front. Grandy makes contact. We're going to go 3 wide on lap number 1. The top 2 settle it. Marfulio, he's known for running that bottom side, and he's down there once again. Clayton, I'm not sure the bottom is the place to be early.
Right, and you see the low RPMs really hurting Anthony's shot down there. These things are a lot like them limited late models that we run as well. If you bog the motor down too much, and you will on the bottom of Lucas Oil, you will lose momentum very fast. Anthony dropping all the way back to the last position in this heat race very early is not a good sight to see. So hopefully he can get up top and maybe pick off a few before the feature and get a little bit better starting spot.
Yeah, man, some cats are just comfortable on that bottom side, and that's where he typically runs. So we'll see how that plays out. Jason Hines at the front of the field, followed by Joseph Grandy in the 518. Grandy having a great run this weekend, the Coast to Coast Racing League in sprint cars. I'm kind of with Clayton. I'm not a fan. I'd rather be in something else, but these guys are getting it done. Marfulio, he's up on the cushion. He almost went over the top on lap 6 of 8. Jason Hines, Joseph Grandy, Jesse Ingram, your top 3. The Ingram brothers battling it out. Donald Ingram's going to look down low. Can't get it done underneath the 7 car. We need that top side to wear out a little bit here on lap 7 of 8. Little bit of contact made. Hines now. Joseph Grandy. He pulls up to the rear bar of the 66. Will Grandy try to make something happen?
Yeah, we
on
see
the
Grandy-
tail tank coming to the flag. Yikes.
Oh man, the 66 of Haynes holds off. That was impressive to see. Grandy able to run that close without making contact is a very, very cool sight to see. It's another thing with these sprint cars, you know, when you get on top of each other like that, with the car being so small and such a short wheelbase, you can run a lot closer than you'd want to, but it is doable, as you see there.
Yeah, man. Brian Dickens, Randy Shreves on the front row. Brandon Templeton, Cale Smith in row 2. Jeff Kemper, Luke Hines rounds out your field of 6 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. As you heard, the initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everyone heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. 122 of Brian Dickens will start heat number 2 from the pole with Randy Shreves to his outside. Randy Shreves, as you heard, is the summer champion in that 56 machine. Brandon Templeton, driver out of Des Moines, Iowa. He's on the inside of row number 2. Cale Smith, the CTM driver, is on the outside. Jeff Kemper, a driver from Oregon, in the 181. And Luke Hines will be in the back of the field at the start. It will be Brian Dickens that brings us to the green flag. Pace truck is off. Dickens coming into turn 3. He will be looking for the green flag. Clayton, 56 to your outside. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Very tough, very tough. We'll see if Randy, he gets an awesome start there. They're side by side into 1. I think Randy gets the momentum off of 2 and makes a pass here for the lead if possible. It looks like the 122 has found a middle to low line that is working though, as he overshoots turn 4. Brandon Templeton picks up 2nd, and Randy has checked out with the lead for this heat race. We'll see what Brandon and that 31 can do.
Brandon Templeton moves up to P2, followed by his teammate. That's the 122 of Dickens. Dickens is going to peek inside his teammate. Jeff Kemper in the 181. He's running in P4. Slide job coming from Dickens. Crossover from Templeton. These two teammates aren't giving each other any room here. That's great to see, man. I'm sure I will talk to each of them this week.
Absolutely. It's good to see talent inside the team like that, to where teammates can run each other that hard and not make contact. It's very cool to see. You know, you're a part of a great organization and you have a great setup in the car that night when it comes to running that close to your teammate and being able to fight like that. Really cool to see.
Yeah, man. So Randy Shreves checking out. He's got the high side working in that 56. As you alluded to earlier, we knew he'd get up there and get that car hooked up. Brian Dickens has now moved to the top side. Brandon Templeton falling off the pace a little bit. Looks like the battle's going to be back here between Jeff Kemper and Luke Hines. Cale Smith in the 115. That CTM drivers had a great night in the previous 2. I think, Clayton, he's running sprint cars to prepare for that Week 13 Dash for Cash, as that is the accumulation of all 3 cars that night that determined payout. So, 1 lap to go. Shreves at the front of the field, coming off at turn 4. Shreves jumps the berm. Doesn't matter. It'll be Shreves, Dickens, Templeton, Kemper, Hines. Cale Smith is your finishing order.
And what a drag race at the end of that heat race between the 115 and 17 there.
3 minutes of warm-up. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word is getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Feature to the grid. Feature to the grid, please. Jason Hines, Randy Shreves on the front row. Joseph Grandy, Brian Dickens in row 2. Ingram Templeton in 3. Donald Ingram, Jeffrey Kemper in row number 4. Chris Cox, Luke Hines in 5. Anthony Marvulio and Cale Smith will round out your field of 12 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. We got 30 laps to get this done. Not a lot of cars on the track, so let's settle in. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. All right, Clayton, give me your call here, brother.
Same as the heat race, man. I think Randy Shreves on the top. I think he'll be able to pull away outside of 2. Also, looking back, you see Anthony Marvulio struggled in that heat race running the bottom. He ran the bottom a total of maybe 3 laps, and it hurt him so bad he's in the back row. So we'll see what the spring champion can do for this feature. I hope he can make it to the top quick and maybe catch a couple guys stuck on the bottom.
Yeah, man. So what I like so much about Friday Night Lights, he actually sent me a video of his midget coming off of turn 4, end over end over end, man. So we get some great footage from these guys. It's super family oriented. So yeah, man, it's great. Love the league and love all the guys who are in it. So we're getting ready to go green. Jason Hines coming off of turn 4. Green flag is out. Shreves on the outside. Hines tried to pinch him a little bit. They go 3 wide. Grandy, he's digging on the bottom.
Absolutely, and we see Shreves all the way outside on the wall exiting turn 4, trying to make some even higher line momentum. Joseph Grandy making it stick on the bottom right now, pulling away to the lead.
Yeah, that 518 again had a great week. I raced against him in a few races in the Coast to Coast Racing League. But yeah, Randy Shreves, I have not seen that line at Lucas Oil. He is going over the cushion up against the wall. I have not seen that line.
Absolutely.
Hines into
And we
the
got
outside wall.
Yeah, we got a couple people trying to run, maybe seeing what Randy's doing, and it's not working for him. The 66 of Jason Haynes making contact on that last lap outside of 4.
Brandon Templeton moving into P3, so he may not have been with us much, but he's still at the front of the field in that 31. Contact, saw the 17 get into the back of the 238. So Anthony Marvulio, he's trying to move up through the field. He's up 3 from the start. And as normal, he's rolling the bottom side here. Up front, Joseph Grandy opening up a big lead between himself and Randy Shreves. Brandon Templeton now with a little bit of sniff of the tail tank of the 56. I am betting you that 31 car will run low in 1 and 2, high in 3 and 4 late race. That seems to be the line that works for him. Jason Hines in the 66. Anthony Marvulio caught up in an incident. Let's take a look.
Right, it looks like he just throws it into the bottom here. Oh, potential contact from the 122 in the rear tank. We'll take a look at that one.
You can see Marvulio. That's the pink and black car. Dickens slides it in, makes contact with that rear tail tank of the 238. We heard from Race Control. That is 122 to the end of the longest line. So this might be the break that Randy Shreves needed.
Yeah, it seemed like his race early was just falling apart faster than he wanted it to. Not used to seeing that. So as you can see with them rolling through 1 and 2, there is not much moisture up top, but there is a brand new looking racetrack on the bottom. Down there by the tires, if you want to risk it, we've seen Marvulio and Templeton make it work. So we'll see what they do the rest of this race. 22 to go, it looks like.
Yeah, that bottom will work, but you have to stay off the throttle longer than you think you should to get that bite at the bottom. Otherwise, you slide up in 4. But if you can stay off the throttle, man, it is so hard. You drift like forever. But if you can hit the throttle at the right time on that bottom side and catch that little bit of traction, that's a pretty decent line. We'll see if anybody picks that up, as I'm sure they will.
Absolutely, it's gonna be cool to see him cross the stripe single file and fan out, and see who decides to go enter in turn 1, and we'll see who makes it work exiting the corner.
Coming off turn 4, Grandy, he will get a good start over Shreves in the 56. Grandy, Shreves, Templeton, and Haynes dive for the bottom. That was a surprise to see. Joseph Grandy able to hold off the 56 of Shreves. Templeton sliding up. Everyone running a slider line in 3 and 4. Templeton slides up behind the 56 of Shreves, 66 of Haynes in P4. Ingram in the 7, still battling it out with his brother. That's Donald Ingram in the 10 on his inside. Both those drivers from Georgia. Cale Smith using this as a test session in that 115. He's up 5 positions from his start. He's back there mixing it up with Chris Cox and Jesse Ingram.
Absolutely, Joe. I'm also seeing the 66 of Jason Haynes being able to roll the throttle a lot better, exiting 4 and catching that little bit of moisture that's left down there on 4. And it seems as if he's reeling in Templeton lap by lap here as he starts to put pressure on him right there, exiting 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll do our version of Turn It Up here and let you see what it looks like from trackside. So Randy Shreves, he's closed in a little bit there. Oh,
Yo, I
5'8".
think Joseph Grandy's got damage.
That 518 went right off the top. We are going to have to take a look. What happened to the 518? Did he catch a tire?
Oh, infield tire contact, and it destroyed the left front of that 518. That hurts to see. It's never cool. Never a good sight to see the leader wreck out like that. Just a little too low. Like I said, you're going to have to tempt fate if you want to be fast on the bottom, and it bit him back there.
Yeah, man, those tires that have zero give. There he is down on the bottom. He's on the on the concrete down there. Yeah, he gets that left rear into the tire. That will give the lead to Randy Shreves. Looks like he got back in it, but absolutely had no control, straight over the cushion there. That's sad to see. Joseph having a good run in front of the 56 of Randy Shreves. Shreves will now take over the lead. It will be Shreves, Brandon Templeton, Jason Haynes, Donald Ingram, Cale Smith, the 115. I'm surprised that Cale, all the way up to a fifth, he's up 7 from the start, Clayton.
Absolutely. We thought this was going to be nothing but a test session, and he's about to start putting the pressure. He could potentially be fighting for the lead as we are just over halfway through this one. It would not surprise me to see him pick up a few more. I haven't been watching him much. I've been watching some battles, and he has just been flying under the radar all race so far.
So Randy Shreves will be looking for the green flag coming off of 4. Pace truck is off. Shreves, Templeton, and Haynes. Those 3 battled it out. They were able to pull away from the field a little bit. Let's see what happens. Templeton taking a little bit of peek early if you can't get underneath that 56 car. I'm telling you, the change is coming. The 31 car will run low in 1 and 2, high in 3 and 4. Now Shreves, he's running about a car width off the bottom. So Shreves giving the bottom a look, running the middle of 1 and 2. Good run by Shreves. He's opening up a gap between himself and Brandon Templeton in P2. Haynes in P3. Donald Ingram back there with Chris Cox. Those 2 are teammates. Let's see how they race each other. The 115 putting the pressure on Cox. Jesse Ingram got in there a little bit hot. Brian Dickens into 122. He has moved back up. He's currently in P8 after an EOL. Makes contact with the 7. 7 into the tire. Jesse Ingram, around he goes. Let's take a look here. That is the 7 on the bottom side coming up underneath the 115. Slides by safe and sound. 122 coming into the picture. Closes in on that rear tail tank. Contact is made. 122, as you heard from Race Control, will go to the end of the longest line.
Yeah, it hurts to see that's his second one this evening, working all the way up, and as we see him pull into pit road, looks like he's going to tow here potentially. And he does. Back to pit road, he just reported to.
I think he knows he's done. If that's 2, he is DQ'd for the night. Randy Shreves at the front of the field, followed by Templeton and Haynes. Those 3 have been at the front of the field on lap 22 of 30. Another great week 9 here at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Drivers putting on a show. A lot more caution than I thought, Clayton, tonight here at Lucas Oil. It kind of had a short track feel to it. I'm not certain what that is attributed to, but not used to that many cautions here at Lucas Oil.
Absolutely. I think it's just the amount of track that you can't use on the straightaways. Everybody has to get right next to each other. It's definitely hard to compete on a track this tight. Randy Shreves bringing him back to the green flag here off of 4. Jason Haynes and Templeton peeking underneath, and we are green. Back to racing.
Randy Shreves at the front of the field in that 56. As mentioned, Templeton and Haynes stay down low in 1 and 2. They will dive back down for the bottom. I'm waiting for somebody behind Haynes to get on that outside. anybody will go up there and tempt it. I don't, and I think that's where I would run if I could.
Yeah,
Everybody down low.
Absolutely, that's a big good for myself as well. I don't know about running this track up top. It's almost got a Lernerville type of vibe to it. You know, if you run it well, it's very fast, but a couple inches of too much throttle and you're overboard and out. So definitely has that bowl type of feel racetrack for sure.
Yeah, man. Brandon Templeton trying to close in. It is Shreves. He currently has a 0.4 and increasing. Last time by, Templeton actually a little bit quicker. Actually, let's see. Haynes was the quickest of the three last time by. So the 66 starting to make some headway on lap 28 of 30. Little too little too late. What do you think?
Yeah, if Randy Shreves can keep it clean, I don't think there's much left. But Templeton has definitely found a fast line in 1 and 2, and then just cannot keep up with Shreves in 3 and 4s. So they're basically just eliminating each other's quicker corners basically by running where they are right now. Jason Haynes all the way up to the wall outside of 4 there. We'll see. He's going to the top now with just 1 to go. I think it's a little too late for him to get up there and make something work.
Saw somebody get in the tire. I think it was Cale Smith. Randy Shreves coming off at turn 4. It will be Shreves, Templeton, Haynes, Ingram, and Cox, your top 5. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. I think the 115's luck ran out there and on the last lap. I saw him just out of the corner of the screen get into one of those inside tires, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. He hit the same exact tire that the 7 of Jesse Ingram hit, and the car turned backwards and went up the racing surface and cleared everybody. So good job by everybody to navigate through that one and race back to the stripe.
All right, fellas, got it. Go up for your interviews. Yeah, man, that race went by in a big hurry. Again, I thank you for your service. I also thank you for joining me in the booth tonight. Man, I hope we make this a long-term deal where you are my company in the booth. We'll get a word with your top 3 here. As soon as I see Jason is in the booth. 66 car of Jason Hines starts on the pole, falls back 2. However, another podium finish for the driver out of Canada. Jason, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you.
Man, walk us through your night. That was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, a couple mistakes at the beginning there, and just one lane track. Couldn't get back by Templeton there.
Man, it seems like the longer I watch you, the more consistent that 66 gets. I was actually, I got to be honest, I was surprised in the limited late models, as were you. Sprint cars seem to be your deal, man, but you're starting to close it out. We were just talking about the points here earlier. You're up to 4th in the points. You finished in front of Cox. You finished in front of Grandy. So a good points night for the 66, man. Do you think you had anything for those top 2?
You know, I know on my tracker I was setting faster laps on them, but it's one thing to get up to the cars and another thing to get by them, right? And it was just so one lane. I don't think there was anything I could really do.
Yeah, 305s are tough, man. And I would love to switch, but that was voted down. I wanted to go to 360s, but yeah, we're going to stick with the 305s, man. A great night for the 66 machine. 2 podiums tonight. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
Yeah, again, I got to thank Coulter at Redline Race Designs, boys at Militime Motorsports, the whole MMR crew, you for putting this on. And yeah, once again, just have a great Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, whatever you call it, in whatever country you're in, and have a great weekend, guys.
Yeah, man, you too. Great run. See you next week.
Yeah.
The 31 car of Brandon Templeton, my great friend. Brandon, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, so you just you show up. I heard this story about Kyle Busch, actually. Had some friends that raced with him back in the day, and he would they would set his car up. He would show up to the track, climb in the car, race it, Everyone else would do anything, would do all the maintenance, and all he did was show up and run. The 33 shows up tonight, steps into the car, brings it home on the podium. Man, walk us through your night, my friend.
Well, first of all, show me where I can show up and just jump in somebody's race car and drive it, because I'm all for that. No, I just, got home and saw this was still going on and had a chance to jump in. So haven't driven sprint cars especially for quite a while. So jumped in, see what I could do, and kind of had to figure it out on the run. And as the night went on, it started feeling a little better, and I just kind of was hanging on. I certainly didn't have anything for Randy there. He's kind of a sprint car ace, but it felt pretty good to be up there challenging him a little bit.
Yeah, man, you two pulled away from that 66. A great night for the Dirt Track Bank number 31, man. I hope you had a great night with the volleyball crew, but greatly appreciate, as always, man. I got to thank you for all the help and the ear that you have been for me for the past, I don't even know, 2 years maybe. Those of you out there watching, Brandon was actually the second guy I ever recruited on a racing team when I didn't even know what a racing team was, man. And my brother, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for taking this journey that we've gone through. So, yeah, man, who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
Well, I certainly owe you a lot for getting me into the league and getting me into all league racing, and doing all this. Never would have imagined where we would have come from. But got to thank Jay with the Dirt Track Bank, part of Malvern Bank there in Malvern, Iowa, doing great things for dirt track racing everywhere. Got your 6 Racing Network, Hammer Down Racing Team, Joe, Kurt, and Brian, VMR Wraps, Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care, Friday Night Lights, everything that's going on there. Appreciate it. Awesome to race with you guys. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, man. Seems like yesterday we were battling it out in official limited late models, week after week after week, and that was ages ago, man. But priceless times, and thank you for your support, man.
You bet.
Have a great weekend. Randy Shreves in the 56 machine. He starts on outside of the front row. He's able to bring the 56 car home. Randy, this is Joe. You got me? Randy, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, great run by the 56. Clayton and I were up here chatting about you, man. That 56 gets up front. That car is hard to get by. I do have a question. You were running a line that I have never seen, man. You were going up clear to the wall. I think it was on the exit of 4. What were you trying to do there?
I was just trying to gain some speed there. I was just really trying anything I could possible there. I knew everybody was trying to catch me, so I was just trying to find the fastest line possible. And anywhere I seen a little dry patch, I tried it. So that may have been the moment you were talking about.
Man, you may have given a secret away, because you hit it a couple times, and man, you stayed as quicker than everybody else. So great night. Walk us through the night. Templeton and Hines were behind you. Walk us through the whole night.
Yeah, started off, Jason up there next to me, and me and him fought it out for a couple laps, and I don't know, it was getting kind of crazy up there, so I kind of let him by a little bit, and then I just waited for the bottom to come in, got by him, and then Grandy was up there though, and unfortunate for him, he got them tires again. He seems to like them things or something, I don't know, but yeah, it would have been a great race between me and Grandy, but Brandon, he kept me on my toes.
Yeah, we were talking about the 518 early, man. He's got to be the hard luck. That 518 is fast, but man, he seems to always find some trouble somewhere. And tonight it was that tire. You're right. He about destroyed the front of that car. He went into the next corner and turned, and it went straight. So, yeah, that was unfortunate to see. But what's not unfortunate is the 56 car. Man, you're in the points lead. You just extended those points a little bit. Grandy was closing in on you, but 56 is in a, I won't say comfortable, but you're in the lead, man. We get enough of those carbon fiber drive shafts for you. You might be able to patch them together and make one real carbon fiber drive shaft.
it could happen.
I don't think you can weld carbon fiber. I don't know how we'd put them together, but I might be able to use one in my dwarf car. So maybe we'll have to work out a deal if we can get Gears Unlimited to send us a few more. So great run by the 56, man. It's always a pleasure to watch you run. Super smooth. Follow you on Facebook, man. And I just dig what you got going on. So great night for you. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
First off, I want to thank all the veterans for everything. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. And I also want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Coulter West at Redline Race Designs, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, Top Tier Race Control, the Dirt Track Bank, you, Joe, for the broadcast, Top Tier Race Control, just everybody, and everybody for watching.
Yeah, man, another great night for the 56. I wish you a great weekend.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. So, Clayton, there you have it. Give me your final thoughts on Week 9 here at Lucas Oil.
Lucas Oil is not so friendly to race cars. A lot of incidents tonight. I was surprised, seeing some races last almost twice the amount of time that they usually do. Usually these guys, there's a flare up here or there, but this track just was not forgiving tonight. I didn't see any, intentional or why would you do that type of moves. It was all just, running out of racetrack with this place being so tight on the straightaways, but then so wide in the corners. It kind of creates that bottlenecked effect where everybody comes together. But Randy Shreves, again, in that sprint car, man, I don't know who's going to have his number one of these days to be able to get around that 56, because once he's up there, he is dangerous. The late models or the modifieds, Michael Carter is one of the fastest I've seen on the sim. That man has got a lot of talent as well. Michael Carter tonight, Cale Smith. It was very cool to see him come up until he had that incident with the tire. For this just being a test drive session, he definitely made a name for himself running up the field like that the way he did. Tough break tonight for Joseph Grandy as well. Like Randy said, I really thought it was going to be a 2-car race between those two. But yeah, just a lot of incidents that I was not expecting tonight. My race control fingers have been very busy tonight typing up some reports, a lot of them. So definitely a little bit wilder than I would have expected, but I'm always down for it, but maybe next week, it'll prevail and they'll have a little bit more luck in the race.
Yeah, man. I want to thank you first of all for coming up in the booth, man. I dig having another set of eyes, another opinion up in the booth. I will tell you, we did have 4 new drivers join from the Venom Racing stable. That is Isaac Salas and his gang. So they did join right before the race started. So it's good to have some more cars on the track. And I'm going to tell you, that 5 car of Isaac Salas, he'll tell you he's no good in a sprint car. He can drive anything that he steps into. That driver out of North Dakota, he doesn't have anything else to do. He works in the oil fields. But when it's below zero up there, I'm convinced that he sits in that sim rig for hours on end, because that cat can wheel just about anything on the sim. So, yeah, man. So the competition keeps getting stiffer and stiffer, and that's great to see. That creates a healthy league, man. So, again, my brother, thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day to you. I wish you a great weekend. Everybody that tuned in, as always, thank you very much. None of this even matters unless people tune in. So this is all for you, the fans and the drivers. I wish everybody a great Veterans Day weekend. And until next week, we'll see ya.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity right now.